Now the world, it's a truly wonderful and magnificent place. Sometimes we're afforded to be in a place at a time where what it is we witness, it's hard to comprehend the magnificence of what we're looking at, like this here, and where memories last a lifetime. Now, although we're very much individuals as a community of landscape photographers who all shoot in different ways for different purposes, we're probably bound together at a fundamental or molecular level with our desire to capture and celebrate this place with our efforts of photography. Giving yourself opportunities to be in that place at that time. It's often common to witness something so mesmerizing. The best decision sometimes is actually not to shoot, but just to stand, look, watch, observe, and soak it all in. Because sometimes the best photographs that you do take are those that you take with your eyes. Now, I'm actually in Utah in the US, and this place has always been high on my shoot list, and in fact was supposed to visit here in 2018 with Hasselblad, and as a Hasselblad brand ambassador through their master's program, given the H60 100C camera and a month to shoot this place for Hasselblad. Shortly after the plans were made, DJI bought Hasselblad and their business model changed and the trip never happened. I've had several years since that I could have come here of my own volition and just done a shoot, but never did it. I now, though, find myself lucky enough to be here and the ability to shoot this place at my pace. Now, life is too short. And in the last couple of years, we've lost YouTube content creators such as Craig Prentice and Ian Smith Photographia through terminal illness and cancer. So if there's something that you want to shoot, just jolly well shoot it. Don't be put off or blinded by inconvenience, lack of time, or overcomable objects. Shoot what you want.
Morning everyone. I'm out in one of the national parks here in Utah, and anyone would think I'm Scottish in that I'm here in the height of the day in the Utah deserts with no hat on. I forgot my hat in the hotel. I was given the title of this video some thought last night, and I think I'll probably settle on shoot what you want. But there's a flip side to that, and that's don't shoot what you don't want to either. I see some pressure on creators, I think, to do videos for the purposes of taking photographs. And as I said in my last interlude video, that's actually the wrong way around for me. And despite this being a place that I've always wanted to photograph, I haven't set a lot of time aside here for this. And so I'm not here with the luxury of 12 hours in one day for one shoot at one location. I'm here for an hour, and that's okay, because I'm here to shoot what I want. And the intent of this shoot isn't to get award-winning photographs for publications, or probably for printing on large format to hang on walls, because the light's not right today. It's far too extreme, so the dynamic range is far too high. The shadows are far too deep. But that's okay, because it comes back to an earlier point I made in an earlier video. It doesn't matter what other people think. I've taken a couple of photographs here of the walk up today, and I'm just looking here at this beautiful arch of stone. And it's very majestic, and all of the landfall goes left to right, top to bottom, and the arch comes over the top almost like an elephant's trunk. It's big, it's dramatic, and it's very Utah. So I'm going to take a quick photograph of this actually. Not that the light's good, the light is kind of in my face, so I'm shooting into the shadow of the rock. But the camera here will actually pick up the dynamic range and allow me to lift and control the shadow detail. But having the shadow detail is actually quite nice because it creates separation as well. Handheld today, I have the one tripod and the vlogging camera. I'm not going to set up here today on tripod, but just handheld because the light's enough. I'm currently shooting here at 4.5 at 60, so if I take that back to, oh gosh, where will we go, 11? We'll go to f11. I don't have any NDs on today either, so I'm going to take a quick test shot. It's a little bit dark, so I'm going to come down to, despite it's being really light and bright today, the saturation of light's not such that I would have thought f11 at 60 would have been enough, but that's dark. And it's at 100 ISO. Maybe what I'll do is I'll click it up to 250 ISO to try and help with the light control here. Test shot, taken wide. Okay, that's almost there, I think.
Now it would be silly of me to try and take a haunting location of this magnitude head on with my photography. And so consequently the images that I take here today won't be my fine art ready prints that I normally do, but I would describe these as studies. It's hard to do a location like this, justice, in the time frame that I have here with your photography.
So I'm going to take a two-shot panel just to slow this down, and I'm going to take it left to right for no reason than just left to right. It's how it reads in Lightroom when you get them into post. And so I think there's some good practices to get into here with shooting left to right unless there's a reason to shoot right to left. So let me take this, and just from underneath here to illustrate the size of this thing, it's just enormous. There are some people here, Terry and crew, are over in the middle there. You'll see them just to give you a sense of scale here. When I zoom out a little bit further, you'll start getting a sense that this place, it's not just a little arch, it's just a massive arch. And that's the one that you'll see in the finished photograph. We've got some nice out of focus rocks in the bottom left corner, and that arch is taking up about half the frame in terms of top to bottom. So if I shoot this, there's a dinosaur's footprint type hole in the rock on the left, which will make my bottom left corner. And I'll shoot one 50% for number 2. That's the whole arch in. 3. At 3 I've got a bush in the bottom right corner, which would be a nice place to stop and give me square. But I'll carry on and do one more. When I'm here, I'll do one more as well. I really see this left of the arch. I really see this just to the right of that, so probably a square. So if I stop at 3 shots, that will give me square. It's very hot, it's about 100 degrees here today, and I'm out in it in the middle of the day. No sunscreen on, no hat on. But the being here is just, it's incredible. So I'm not going to take many photographs today. Take a couple. I'm not going to take many. There's some beautiful striations in the rocks over here with graphite and coal seams through it. It's almost like a painting. It's so bright here I can hardly see the LCD, but I'm hoping you can see these incredible streaks, particularly the one here. I think I'm pointing towards the arch just in the centre there. But again, I can't see what I'm shooting because it's just so bright. I need to go back to old school, to large format cameras, and I have a big black cloak on me today. There's some striations in the rocks there, but if I whizzle right, these aren't striations, these are almost seams of different minerals in the soil. I'm just going to come wider to show you. This is the landscape that I'm seeing. It's just simply insane.
Within my photography process, I have what I call a discovery phase. And the longer that I'm in a location or a place like this, the more I notice. Now, this to me is probably as important to landscape photography as it is taking the shot itself. I don't think that photography is all about just getting that shot. I think it's about the immersive experience on location. And it's this that allows you to start joining the processes of shooting all together. Take this rogue tree here, for instance. Even in such a dramatic landscape as this, I actually notice these tiny little things, the depth of the brown on the trunk here, and also the tone, colour and hue of the greenery on the tree amongst what's such a massive and arid desert. These tiny things all serve as reference for me in post-processing, where I also notice the coloration of the contrast of the carbon deposits here on the cliff face, again giving references to how this photograph would need to be processed if I took it. And I think that it's at this discovery phase that we really start to make a difference and start to link our workflows together. The workflows of seeing to shooting and then having shot, from shooting to post-processing, ensuring that this workflow allows us to accurately portray what it was that got us to take the camera out and take that photograph in the first place. Bringing the things that we saw, that we noticed, back to life in your final shot. Now, it's so easy to get this stuff wrong in post-processing, but additionally, it's so easy to get this stuff right if you're looking at the right thing in sequence when on location. You just need to take your time. Don't just get blinded by the big stuff. Now, we were actually on our way back to the hotel, which would signal the end of the shooting for the day. But we discovered a world-class, once-in-a-lifetime location within easy reach, and just an hour and a half away. Although a sunrise location, we are going to head there for sunset. And on the way, we've stopped to have a look at this crepuscular display. I think that this is the largest and widest and most impressive sunray display that I have ever witnessed.
So this here is the big gorge and big cliffs above the Colorado River, which you'll see down the bottom here. Just trying to focus this in. A manual focus in here, so I think that's it about there. And you'll see it snakes around this ravine here, comes out here, and goes all the way back round the back of that headland there. We're probably about 1,000 metres up here, and you can see the complexity of what we've got down in here with these hoodoos and the big cliffs over here as well. Quite remarkable. However, I'm not convinced that this is going to take a really nice photograph because there's so much going on here. I'm just going to pull you around here and put the exposure up a little bit so we can see all the detail and the dirt and the debris and the shelves and stuff down here. I'm quite close to the edge. I don't want to go any closer. But this is all erosion from the Colorado River over tens of thousands of years, if not longer. The river itself is quite green here, as you can see, but again I don't think that this has really provided me much of a photograph, although this is a very famous vantage point. And just across the road we've got this here going on, and you'll see these terraced salt lakes at the bottom. But the sun catching these cliffs is just outstanding. No, I'm rushing around here like a kid in a candy shop in some regards. It's been so long since I've been out with the camera. And we're almost getting to that kind of 10-15 minutes before sunset. And this is again looking down on the Colorado River, just with the last of the light hitting these high parts of these cliffs. We did have a rainbow over here a couple of minutes ago, which I think I showed you quickly. But the other side of the rainbow is over here. Very hard to see rainbows. It is, I think, just there. And that's the last of that light gone off the tops of the cliffs. But again, you will see the Colorado River snaking down through the landscape down here. So now at the location, finally arrived after many stops, and we're at the neck. It's called the neck of Dead Horse Point, and I'll show you in a second, but it's how the Colorado River snakes down through the valley floor here. And against the reflected blue sky, the water's very blue. You'll see behind me here that the sun is just about to pop between that cloud bank behind me and the top of the cliff line that's there. And what that's going to give me is an opportunity to take a last photograph, hopefully with the tops of the cliffs over here and over here being caught by the last of that sun. So timing's probably about right. We'll have 5 minutes to shoot that, so I'll maybe nip back to the car and get the big camera out, but we're not going to take everything here. There's just too much. There's detail everywhere here, so maybe we need to zone right into that neck. I think it's called the gooseneck, I think, the gooseneck of the Dead Horse Point River. Really well photographed, seen this. Let me go and grab that camera, eh? So my process is that when I'm setting up here, I take my time and I do quite a bit of B-roll around the camera. And why I do that is to get reference and colour and reference for me in post-processing. Second one, trust the iPhone. Now iPhones are really good at dynamic range, and so it allows me to see some colour reference when I get this back into post. There's a third point of reference for me. But this is so deep, I don't think I've got the right lens with me either for the big camera. Let's have a look. And you'll see the big camera here catching the light just there with the scene in the background. $1600. I'll take this down to a 60th of a second. My lens tonight is 45-85, and so I think I might get away with this. Focus. Yeah, it's quite tight, but I can get the bottom of the river and the top of these cliffs in, so let me take a test shot, eh? Okay, that's fine. I'll take the ISO down to 800. I'm just going to take this, so separate. This is going to be a panel because it's just so wide. 1, 2, let me get my bottom point set first. And I'll go wide. 2. Missed the bottom. Take it again. Quick photograph of the sun. Start off my low point, take it across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that should give me about 3 to 1. I'm not quite sure though that the photographs here will do this place justice, because it's deep. There's lots of perspective here, there's lots of details. And it's simply an incredible scene. So another point here is not all nice views take nice photographs. I have seen nice photographs off this place though, but I think they are heavily manipulated. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool. I think that's me done for tonight. We're going to get to the hotel because we've got a day in Moab tomorrow. This was an extra stop. Didn't even intend to come here. Glad I did.
After a restless night, which I can only blame on sensory overload from the day prior, remembering and reviewing everything that we were lucky enough to witness. And reviewing that footage this morning, well, it makes you realise just how completely and utterly insignificant we are in landscapes like these. Waking up with Utah and the national parks on yet another day. I don't know, it kind of makes me realise that these national parks just tolerate you visiting for a couple of days, bid you farewell, and then welcome in a new wave of people behind you. In the guilty knowledge that over time, even with our interaction, nothing is going to change. Driving to a new location this morning, it's exciting today as it was yesterday. So driving to that new location today, we quickly realised that the deeper you dive into these places and the longer that you drive, the more dramatic they become.
Morning everyone, welcome back to another national park near Moab. We're at Foirey Furnace this morning, and as I usually do in my shoots, I usually reflect on my photography from the previous day in a experiential way. And after the shoot yesterday, very dramatic location. But given the time that we were in that location, it's not the normal way I take photographs. And it got me thinking last night that I think as a group of people, we actually take our photography too seriously. And we've actually got to remember what we're doing when we're taking photography, taking photographs. And this videography here is an extension of that art form, I guess, the visual arts. And one of the things that kind of hit me last night is that even being in a dramatic location such as yesterday and today may well be more dramatic than yesterday. But if we get back to why we take photographs and what we're doing and the intent behind what we're trying to achieve, it's not about getting great photographs all the time, because all the time the light's not right. The light's not good for photographs today. But it's being in a location and being able to soak this place up. And as I said yesterday, taking photographs with your eyes and having memories. And I think that as a group of people, if we focus and concentrate on getting great photographs, publish-worthy photographs all the time, and increasing that quality and getting better and better and better, we kind of lose sight and don't have fun, because the ones that we don't get, which are better and the ultimate that we can take, are then disappointing. And that's not right. That's not right for the spirit of photography. So we're heading into Foirey Furnace today, probably 2 or 3 hour trek today in the heat. It's about 100 degrees already. And I'm looking forward to getting to some locations which have been photographed before, but also having a look to see if I can come up with compositions or frames, certainly, that haven't been photographed before, not that I've seen. Wonderful opportunity to be here. We're in a national park here that's only 75 tickets per day sold, so we're really lucky to be able to be here, go in here and see what this place has got to offer. So thanks to Paul and Ali for buying the tickets to get in today. Just as we're walking through all of these canyons, some of them are really tight. We're hopping from rock to rock. And I'm not quite sure what of this will take good photographs. There's always blue sky in these, but the sky, I've never seen such a blue sky. I'll post this one on video, and it's straight out of camera. I'm not going to enhance the blue. I don't know why the sky is so blue here. I haven't seen a sky that's as blue as this before. And all of the time I've taken photographs. I'm out of breath here because we're hopping rocks and it's hot. And as I said, we're at quite an altitude as well. This photograph here is just lots of columns of hoodoos with some greenery at the bottom but a very bright blue sky. I'm shooting into the sun direction, the sun's over here. So I do have some challenges around how I manage the shadow areas, which will be very dark. I'm just gonna, it's just so bright, I just can't see. Yeah, there's a lot of shadow detail in there, but the camera should be able to lift a lot of these shadows. And I don't want to go brighter because if I lose the highlights, I lose them forever. I don't think it's the photograph I'm going to remember, it's looking at this I'm going to remember. Which is, I guess, the point that don't sweat it when you can't nail a photograph to recapture what you're seeing here live. Because this is simply, I've never seen a landscape like this, it's insane. I have just sat down on a rock here for a bit of rest. and I've turned round, just about looking back down the valley here to find this leading line on the left-hand side, down here, and then on the right, kind of funneling your eye down the valley here, and it's interspersed with some greenery that you can see at the bottom as well. The thing that's caught my eye here, that on the left-hand ledge here, you'll see the highlights, how it's being lit from that central courtyard and it's fading away. And in that you can see the texture in the rocks on the left-hand side. So I'm just going to take a quick picture of that.
So this is me here, and I'm almost underneath this arch, and you'll see here by the size of this that you can see some people in silhouette there on the left hand side, giving you an indication of the scale of this place. And so we're out of the chasm landscape that we were in before, but we've actually come to another part of the same national park here. Now this is a scene here that was made famous by Indiana Jones, and the rock formation that you see here, these rock formations, they're simply insane. One of the things that I meant to mention in the last photograph was that the one I took looking down between the rocks before, the rocks there had an element of purple and an element of orange within the rocks, and it's going to be pretty interesting to see how the Pentax renders these in its colour profiling. It's actually easy for sensors to get confused between one and the other. And the strength of the 645, to be fair, has always been really good colour rendition. That's been the really big strength of the Pentax 645. And I think this is actually an opportunity here with this really strong blue sky behind these monoliths here, is to push some boundaries with a really strong black and white, and try and play around with this specific colour infiltrations in post-processing to try and get this to be very dramatic. Now that last shoot in the national parks came to an abrupt end, and it came to an abrupt end because I lost one of my microphone transmitters and I broke the other one, so it came to an end really quickly, so I didn't get to do an outro for that one. So that's what this is. Now, the national parks in Utah, incredible places to be, and I'm not quite sure that photography all the time will do the place justice. I think it's that experience of being there and soaking in the geology, the path less travelled almost. Simply incredible. And if the photographs don't live up to the location, that's still okay. I'm not going to sweat that, because it was quite incredible to have the opportunity to do that. And I would love to go back there, spend a few days with Phase 1 with their technical camera, the XT150. That would be That would be pretty neat. Now, I am heading out on another shoot, which tells you that there's going to be another video, which is awesome. And I want to leave you with, take care, have a good week, keep shooting and have fun, but more importantly, just shoot what you want. Don't be pressurized. Just shoot what you want, and if it doesn't work out, the most important part about taking photographs is taking photographs. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Cheerio. Wrong side. Why do Americans drive on the wrong side of the bloody road? I was trying to be